How to get bookkeeping clients. I'm going to show you the fastest and most efficient way and the cheapest way of doing it. I'm going to show you how to do it with cold outreach. I'm going to show you how to do it with your own systems, and then I'm going to show you how to do it with socials. I'm going to show you the pros and cons of each, and I'm going to show you how you can save $1 and get the most effective leads and conversions for your bookkeeping business. Let's jump into it. Now, you might be wondering, who am I? I'm Ronald Osborne, the founder of Osborne Digital Marketing, an award-winning marketing agency. I work with companies all around the world to improve their presence online. So I'm qualified to talk about this. And I've built my own multi-million-dollar companies. Not a brag, but I've helped a lot of people out there and bookkeepers generate more. And I'm going to show you exactly what I would suggest to do. Now, I'm going to show you the cheapest way of getting leads for your bookkeeping business first. The first thing you should do, there's a link on my website and there'll be a link down below. Go and get this free checklist. This is a completely free, it's a client finder. It's essentially a tool. It's going to find your bookkeeping leads for a fraction of the price. The way you get that is go onto this, go to the link down below. You'll see all of these extra tools, but you'll look for the client finder. Okay, so look for the SEO client finder. Now, what this does is it helps you identify by industry and geographical location. It's super, super valuable. And you get results and things like this. So you can actually see the name of the business. You can see their phone number, their address, and what category they're in, along with other important metrics. So I'm going to explain to you exactly how you set this up. Now, what you'll need to do, this might sound complicated, but trust me, it's not. On the setup instructions tab, there's a link across to a thing called data for SEO. You click on that. There's a link, it'll take you across to set up an account. It's completely free and it gives you $1 credit. With that $1 credit, you get to go out there and generate leads for your bookkeeping business. And I assure you, this is the most effective way of doing it. Because if you start doing ads, and we'll talk about that momentarily, and I'll show you the prices and how expensive it can be, this is the cheapest way of doing it. So the way you set that up is just come over to here. Now, perhaps you're looking, as an example, for roofers. Perhaps you're looking for plumbers, particularly whoever you want to work with. I've got it in here. Look at all of these different industries that you get a target as a bookkeeper. Not a lot of people offer something like this. And remember, this is free. This is free. I'm not asking you to pay me money for a tool. This is free. Maybe you just want to work with dentists. All right. So you want to work with dentists in Fort Lauderdale. Now here, if you're not familiar with SEO, don't worry, but you've got the map pack and you've got the organic. So like when you look at something, so if I go across here, it scrapes this. You can see Osborne Digital Marketing, Fort Lauderdale branch. You can see right here, we've got 51 Google reviews. This is the organics and this is maps. Okay, so this is what it scrapes. It scrapes it both. So once we've done that, you can put up to, look, I wouldn't suggest more than 200 on each one. I'm just going to keep it light for now so I can show you how to use the sheet. Once you've done that, you come up to the Osborne SEO Client Finder, click Find SEO Clients, all right? Click that button. Now it's going to run. It'll take normally around about 30 seconds to maybe 2 minutes maximum. Okay, so that literally took 30 seconds, and you can see it's throwing up an estimate cost. This is normally about a third of what actually costs. So it costs us maybe like 12 cents, and we're able to acquire 72 prospects. Now I'll give you some tips on how I go about this. So as an example, here's all of these businesses that you can now contact. These dental practices you can contact. Here's their number, here's their address, okay? This is a link to their website. So you can get their website, you can go over and speak with them directly. This is how you can get a nice list. Now, if you want to go down the path of incorporating SEO into this, what you can actually do is simply come up here. I'm just going to run it very quickly, and we're just going to have a look at the first view. Now, again, like I said, it might look like it's expensive, but what you get to do with this is it'll normally cost maybe $1 or $2. And again, like I said, if you don't go extreme with it, you're not looking at this because you're not an SEO. I'm just going to go cancel, and we're going to look at what we've run so far. So this is the column. If you're a bookkeeper, this is where I'd be looking if I was you. Now, the traffic value is like a financial formula that's placed on, well, if you rank number one for this keyword, this is how much money that would be worth to your business. You as a bookkeeper get a look and sit here and go, okay, who has the most amount of money? These guys right here. They're doing the most, they're the most effective in Google. What does that tell you as a bookkeeper? That tells you that they're most likely paying for marketing. And that's the other beautiful thing about this sheet. Most of them that are up the top are paying individuals like myself thousands of dollars a month to be up there. So you as a bookkeeper, you get to go in there knowing that they're spending thousands of dollars a month. So this is how you can then sit here and go, okay, this is this individual. I want to reach out to him. I want to reach out to her. That's how it can be done with this sheet. And again, it's free. It's literally free. You can scrape, if you were to scrape around about, it's going to be like 500 potential prospects in the geographical location you want and in the niche you want. Maybe you don't want to work with dentists, you want to just work with roofers. You get to do that. Now let's cover local SEO for yourself. What is local SEO? Like this, you can see right here, Osborne Digital Marketing. So if someone were to be in Fort Lauderdale and they'll sit there and go local SEO, they Google in local SEO. So Googling local SEO, you can see right here, here's my business. It's in the map pack. So when someone sits there and goes SEO Fort Lauderdale, local SEO Fort Lauderdale, marketing services Fort Lauderdale, you see my business. This is something that you can do. And now this is called SEO, search engine optimization. It is something that you can do to rank and show up like this. And the leads and the ROI is the best when it comes to SEO. Compared to paid advertisements, compared to all of this, once you spend the money, you can sit around the top as long as you maintain it for a lot cheaper than what it costs with ads. Once you spend it on Google ads, once you spend it on Facebook money, on Facebook advertising, it's gone. It's finished. So that is something that you can do, okay? If you want to learn more about SEO, you're on the Osborne Digital Marketing channel. Have a look. If you have questions, you want to chat with me directly, you're a bookkeeping business, the link to book a free 15-minute discovery call is with me down as below. But that's something that you should be looking into if you want to build more leads. I would strongly recommend it. Now let's talk about social profiles for generating leads for a bookkeeping business. Now using some generic data, this is what you're looking at for Google ads, okay? So if you're spending a couple of grand, and that's a couple of $1,000 every month, this is what you're looking at for cost per click. So how many dollars it is every time someone clicks on your ad, and cost per lead. So how many times you're getting one of these. Get what I'm saying? Like, see how this is starting to become very, very expensive for you. So you're looking around about, I would say $55 to anywhere up to $75 in that range is a little bit more accurate. Facebook and Instagram, here's your cost per click. It's a lot cheaper, and cost per lead is a lot cheaper. Now for bookkeeping clients, my suggestions is when it comes to actually lead generation through these platforms, it's not really ideal. Even though your cost per lead is significantly lower, the likelihood it takes 3 leads to convert, where with Google, maybe it's just the one. Normally the intent is quite high, which is why I love SEO, because if someone finds you through SEO, the intent matches what they're looking for, baby, you've got a client. LinkedIn can be a great way for you as a bookkeeper to generate more leads. Now, it's expensive. That's just the 2 cents I would say. If I'm trying to generate leads, what I would be doing is I'd be looking into LinkedIn at the start, and then I'd be switching to Google ads. If you've only got one avenue of going down, LinkedIn would be possibly where I start, depending upon who you're targeting. And finally, TikTok. TikTok's cost per click is a lot lower than anyone else. However, the likelihood that you're going to get someone as a bookkeeper, it's very low. I wouldn't even waste my time. Look, this is exactly what I would do if I was looking to get leads. Now, if I'm someone that has $2,000 to $3,000 a month, I'm doing SEO and I'm doing Google ads. That's where I'd be spending my money. Reason for that is you're going to get things whilst your SEO is building up over 6 months. You're going to be generating leads very quickly after 4 weeks with the Google ads, which is fantastic for the business. So then as the SEO, after 6 to 12 months, you're sitting up the top for Bookkeeper Fort Lauderdale as an example. Once you're there in position number 1, you can sit back. Okay, the revenue that you can generate through SEO, in my honest opinion, this is why I love it. It's normally 8 times compared to, like, if you spend $1 on Google ads, I'll put it this way. If you spend $1 on Google ads, right now I'm saying you'll get $1.25 back. If you spend $1 on SEO, you can get $8 back, $5 back. It's drastically better at generating an ROI for your business than anything else. That's my opinion. It's generated me a lot of money, so maybe I'm biased, but I worked with all the other spaces and I'm telling you, this is the best one. And don't forget, use this. If you're starting out and you don't have the funds, you don't have $2,000 a month to spend, use this. This is free. If you've just started your bookkeeping business, or perhaps you have 3 clients and you don't have the funds, use this. This literally is going to cost a couple of dollars and you get a full list of the people in the area you're targeting and the industry. Nothing else will do this for this price. You're not going to be able to do this unless you do this manually. This is the best way of generating bookkeeping clients. Now, if you need help with your local SEO, perhaps you don't have the funds to hire me right now, but you can join my Facebook group, very, very easy, and it's free. And you can see all these other free checklists that I give away to help people with their local SEO. This is where I'm an expert in. So you can click this right here, go and chat with me over on Facebook instead of having to pay me $150 for an hour-long conversation. And I can answer any of your SEO questions that you might have so you can generate more leads for your bookkeeping business.